So here's what I need. I need 2 volunteers. And here's what I'd like as a volunteer. I would like an international student. What you're doing is teach the class something about the N-bomb.
What is the N-bomb?
How many of you don't know what the N-bomb is? What do you think it is?
The first time I saw the word N-bomb on the screen, I think of the World War II that American people did in Japan. So I really have no idea about the N-bomb.
Where are you from?
I'm from China,
From China?
so I really don't have the cultural background of the N-bomb. So I asked her, and she explained something to me, but I still don't get across.
Wait, hang on. What did she say?
She spelled a word on her phone. She said she cannot say the word.
Yeah, so you're teaching him, and you're teaching him about the N-bomb.
So the N-word, it was originally, really originated when there was slavery going on in this country. And it was a word that was used to demean black people, people from Africa, just people, almost like if they were colored, they would almost be either called the N-word or called colored. And that's where it started. And now, transitioning into our society today, I would say I've lived all over the place. And if I live in a white community, well, predominantly a white community, I hear the word going around as if it was a normal word, and just not with the hard R, which I guess makes it worse. And then I've also lived in Philadelphia, where white people would really refrain from saying it. I would say the minority groups and black people, they say it and it's fine, but I would say white people in areas that are not predominantly white would always refrain from it, just because I guess they're either scared or they don't want to say it or they're not comfortable saying it. And I feel like a lot of my black friends, and if I have used the N-word, they're not bashing me for it, maybe because I'm not white. And I feel like it's more widely accepted now than it was ever before. But in some communities, it's more not accepted.
So
before.
Do you drop it with an R at the end or an A at the end?
A at the end.
Give me a situation in which you might drop it.
And go up to, probably my black friend, just be like, yo, what's up?
Where did you learn that?
I actually learned it. So when I came to America, I lived in a more Latino town, and I heard the word being thrown around, and I was like, what does that word mean? And I talked to my cousins, and they were like, yo, don't say it. It's not good. Refrain from it. And it just never got brought up in conversation. And then I just kind of started hearing it in on some videos on YouTube, World Star. And that's when I started learning about it again. And I was like, okay. So I asked a black person, because I've clued it together, I see a lot of black people using it, so I just want to ask them what it is. And I had a lot of black friends that I was comfortable with, and I asked them what it meant, and they were like, yeah, it comes from this and comes from this, and they just told me, because I was comfortable with them, and it wasn't a big deal.
Did one of your friends ever literally give you permission to say it?
Yeah.
Did they give you the context within which you could say it, or you listen around these people, but don't say it around so and so, or
No, I mean it's just it's more of a norm thing, fit it into context more than just they're not oh, you're not allowed to say it, you're not black.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, you're allowed to say it, nothing like that. I feel ever came up with me personally.
Give us what you know about the N-bomb.
Oh, I think now I know the word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm from Chile, and there we listen this word a lot. But
where do you hear the word?
I don't know. The same, maybe YouTube, social medias.
You learn you can't say that?
Yeah.
Do you hear people saying it in Chile?
Yeah, maybe, but it's not common there.
Have you heard that you're not supposed to say it?
I think one time I didn't know, but I say the word, and my girlfriend there say me that I don't have to say that because, I don't know.
Because you could, it could be some kind of way. Who's got a question?
So my name's Sophie. I'm actually Venezuelan, so I understand where you're coming from, not really knowing what the N-word means here, but do you think that the way that we use it in Spanish and in South America is different than the way that is used here because of context and stuff?
I think yes, have a different. I don't know because I usually don't use the word in my.
Give me, what's the worst swear word you use in Chile?
You can use the word weón.
Weón?
Yeah, and in Chile you can say this word to your friend, but if you say to a person who you don't know,
Like, or your professor?
yeah, you can say weón to your professor.
Somebody else. And one more question.
So, like, hypothetically, if you don't have the end card and it comes out when you're, like, singing a song or whatever, should there, like, be repercussions or...
I think it's just like what you're personally comfortable with. I always say it. There's never been a problem. And like, I've said it like many times even before I knew what the word meant, and it was never a problem. It wasn't a problem after I said it. And I think it's just like, you just go with it. If you really avoid it, like you can, but it's not really a big deal. Like, you're just making a statement if you do avoid it.
Anyone else want to say?
Why do you think you or your other non-black counterparts, if I use that word, why do you guys have such a desire to use the word, even if it's in a song? That's my only thing, right? That's my only thing.
I would say there's no certain desire to say it. I would say the culture that I have grown up in and like the way I learned, it was always generally accepted, and it was never, just brought up to me. Be like, I mean, especially when I first came here, they're like, "Don't say it," and I didn't, and I really didn't know why. And then after that, when I started living in Philadelphia, I started learning what it was, and it came up in normal speech. I didn't go out of my way to say it. I just said it, and I never had like a desire, like, oh, I'm singing a song just for the reason of saying the N-word.
No, I got you.